The International Monetary Fund warns that the global economy faces a growing risk of economic derailment and must take steps to boost global demand. Also in the program, Barclays' decision to sell down its stake in the Johannesburg-listed venture is perceived as a consequence of past mistakes at European banks rather than a reflection of Africa's future prospects. Plus, Moody's has placed 3 Nigerian banks on review for downgrade. Hello and welcome to today's edition of Business Incorporated. Thank you for joining us. I am Bolaji Akinwale. We will begin with the International Monetary Fund, which has warned that the global economy faces a growing risk of economic derailment and must take steps to boost global demand. David Lipton, second in command at the IMF, outlined some of these risks in a speech to the National Association for Business Economics in Washington on Tuesday. The comments come after weaker than expected trade figures from China, showing that exports plunged by a quarter from a year ago. The IMF has already said it is likely it will downgrade its current forecast of 3.4% for global growth when it next releases its economic predictions in April. And the European Central Bank is scheduled to meet tomorrow for its rate decisions. Let's cross over now to Frankfurt to see how the markets are bracing up for this. DWTV Channels TV correspondent Olaf Krieger joins me now from the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Hello Olaf, welcome to the program. The European Central Bank is set to meet tomorrow. How is the market awaiting the decisions? Do you see another disappointment?
Well, Shimi, you never know, but until then, everyone here in Frankfurt is sitting on the edge of their chair, just awaiting the decision Mario Draghi, who is the president of the European Central Bank, is going to take, and everyone is hoping for more stimulus for the markets. But we have to keep in mind that there already is a lot of money in the sideline, and until now the effect of all the money for the markets and for the economies in the Eurozone is not that great as maybe Mario Draghi and anyone else was expected.
Now, the London Stock Exchange Deutsche Börse merger is still in the news. What's the latest development?
Well, if this merger between the London Stock Exchange and the Frankfurt Stock Exchange is going to happen, it could be a final mega deal in this sector. But we have to keep in mind this is not the first time the London Stock Exchange and the Frankfurt Stock Exchange are in talks regarding such a mega merger. And there's another thing we have to keep in mind, because the regulators, the international regulators, will have to keep an eye on this merger, because they fear that such a giant of a stock market in Europe is much too strong for all the other competitors. So let's wait and see what there's going to happen with this tremendous and extraordinary merger here in Germany and in the UK.
Now, yesterday, Olaf, was the International Women's Day. Now, tell me about women in business in Germany and how many of them are at the top of the companies listed on the stock exchange.
Well, nothing has changed so far. There are still much less women than men in top positions in the top German companies. That's still a thing, and Germany companies listened at the stock exchange, but there might be some change sooner or later. And today it was a woman who rang the opening bell at the stock market here in Frankfurt. This is surely not the big change, but maybe something which begins.
All right, we hope that more of that happens, Olaf. Thank you so much for your insights. That'll be all. Olaf Krieger there, DWTV Channels TV correspondent, reporting live from the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. We're going to break, and when we come back, We will be talking about the visits of South Africa's President Jacob Zuma to Nigeria. Please stay with us.